4K, man. 4K all day, every day. Except we're still probably not at high detail.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey,
I'm
everybody.
fucker number 2, and he's fucker number 1.
Fuckers.
Right. So what is up with you, Mr. Ian, sir?
What's up with me?
Yeah,
you know.
is that hereditary, or are you just, on drugs? Or
On drugs? What you talking about, Willis?
right.
But now we're doing the show Saturday this time because I was watching a movie
Oh,
at the
yeah.
movie theaters.
No spoilers, because I'm sure the 2 people that listen to us will stop once they hear them.
They probably noticed either watch it or get off the internet.
What was it? There was a comedian I just saw recently who did a bit about The Sixth Sense, and he's like, I'm going to do a spoiler here, but it's a 20-year-old movie. So if you haven't seen it, it's on you, but there's really some people that just haven't seen it.
Right.
So anyway.
Yeah. I figured Frank could use the video game time anyways yesterday and whatever you did today.
Well, yesterday I'll get into that, but what else you been up to, sir?
Not a whole lot.
Just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I've been keeping on, kicking wing.
Aw.
I was hanging out with my girl today.
Ooh, a lady?
Yeah. I was gonna ask her if she wanted to go to the movies today, but she said it would probably be too busy today. I wouldn't have minded going to the movie twice, but we just hung out here. We got some Taco Bell. We ordered that. We did that Grubhub thing where the Taco Bell will deliver to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit expensive. It's like because they do like a delivery fee and like a service fee or something. Yeah, so it's like altogether you pay like $4.
That's why in the commercial the guy was like, "I trying to get my Taco Bell delivered to me for free," and then it went away.
Yeah. But no, going on. Me and Nate hung out last night after the movies. He didn't get a chance to see it yet because his girlfriend was working all weekend, and he promised that they would wait for a date night on Monday to go see it together.
Aw.
Yeah, he was being good. He was so tempted. I was like, "Well, dude, just lie." He's like, "No, I can't do that."
Right.
I mean, it's like that type of thing where I was like, if I were her, I would take off of work to do that shit. But no, I guess she works like sometimes she works days and sometimes she has to work nights, so she has like a weird schedule.
Oh, fuck that. No. What else did you do, sir?
No, I just worked on some more 3D models and stuff. I was gonna ask. Let me do a screen share here, or actually, what's your you got like a dark theme on that Chrome or something?
Well,
like the actual interface, not like the stylish.
I mean, I use a Vivaldi, and I use the darker theme there.
Oh, really? Well, because I have here on, I have a. You can see on the screen share, or like if I go to YouTube here, I put a dark interface on there, and then I installed like a dark scroll bar. But the only thing I noticed is you can't really put the. I haven't found an extension to make the address bar dark or whatever, so it's still like the white.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask, is all that shit dark for you, or what's your shit look like?
I mean, this is kind of the layout. Let me try to
Oh,
find the
okay.
color themes. See, I went with hot pink because I like the pinks. You could do like here's where the hell? Oh, huh. There's an option to integrate Philips Hue in it.
Huh. So that does have a dark address bar. Okay.
Yeah, see, what's this one? Subtle. See how it makes it white? And then you can like this crap
Okay.
here, which is kind of. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, let me go to. This is the default start page background. You can do like this. If you kind of want everything to look black.
Oh yeah.
Or you could do like images like say there's the beach. But this is what their little shortcut thing is. Like when you you open a new tab, you get your little like if I make, and you can add your own little bookmarks. I use this for speed test.
Oh yeah.
But see, you open a new tab and you get whatever ones you throw in here. And then the settings is just in the corner of the screen here, so I can just go in and themes, and I can edit the theme. I can there's so much customization just built into it. Like I'm not
It
even
seems like you could customize it a lot more than Chrome.
hold on. Let me go to full screen share instead of just the app. And then you should be able to see my windows that pop up here. Okay.
Okay.
So themes, like this is what I was doing here. Edit theme, so you can change the highlight color, the accent color. Appearance, you can status bar, hide status bar, reset navigation tool, use buttons as controls, blah blah blah. Looks of the panel, where the position of the tabs. You know how the tabs are always at the top.
Yeah.
You can put them on the bottom or any of the corners, which is kind of crazy. Look at all this shit for the address bar. Mouse has its own special thing. Privacy. I mean, this is just general as more than you get with Chrome, I think.
Oh yeah.
And
I heard though that they're going to be trying to make an actual like official dark mode for the Chrome, not just
Yeah.
like a theme.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll be good.
Well,
But
like I like how there's this search thing, and you can add search engines to it. And it's like a third-party one I've used before, but this one's by default in there. So you can have it look
Right.
up. You can have it search YouTube for you or Google without having to actually go to Google or having to type it in the address bar. So it's cool. It's just like to get my bookmarks, I still had to download Chrome. So
Right, right.
but anyway, is that all you've been up to, sir? You haven't been up to anything else?
No, not really. It's been just a busy weekend, hanging out with people, going to the movies and stuff, and working on shit when I can.
Right.
What about you? We were talking before this show about. I guess you got your thermal paste reapplied and your halos put on there.
Yeah. So yesterday when Ian's like, yeah, I'm not going to do the show. I'm going to go see Avengers. And my wife went to sleep like usual. I realized I was a dick too late. She said, hey, she had to work today. So she's like, I'm going to get some sleep. Well, I forgot our dogs think when someone leaves, hey, there's someone left. I have to investigate. So they wouldn't let her sleep the whole time I was in here dicking around. And it'd be different if I just left the room and I'm sorry and come back in. I'm already in here with the guts of this thing exposed, and that bed is my workbench. So I took the side panel off and I built it on this bed. So it's laying there, side panel open, cooler just dangling over the side with paste all over it. I'm like, I don't need dog hair in here, man. Shit.
Yeah, just rub all that static and dog hair and
Right.
rub the
That'll
motherboard
work.
all over the bed.
Yeah. So, and I mean, we got carpet, and I'm building in socks because I'm a rebel.
Hey, Jay said though he did a video. He showed that it's actually harder to fuck that shit up than you would think.
Right. You got to be trying. I
Yeah.
mean, as long as you're touching, I do the thing where you touch the actual case just every once in a while. That grounds you out because you're not going to introduce any electrical charge.
It's not like you're Electro Man.
No, I mean, I get static at work when I'm hauling a cart to an elevator, and I go to press the button on the elevator, and a spark will jump from my finger to the button. So that I understand not wanting to. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't touch my, sensitive components first. Let me just tap on the metal that's built to handle this. Oh, plus I got an actual power cable for my computer that's one solid piece instead of an adapter extension. And because I had one, but like I said, it was just an extension, and I'm like, I'd rather use just one solid thing. And then I reapplied the paste. I took pictures. Excuse me. Photos. Children, let me open the pictures for picture time.
Let's see how you not do it. I mean, do it.
I'm gonna whoop your ass, Ian.
No, I'm sure you're a cut above that verge.
Well, because really, I thought I wouldn't get a whole lot of coverage because the 5-point technique, as demonstrated by AMD, is actually very easy to kind of fuck up because you're only putting 5 dots. But as Gamers Nexus Steve said, the size of the dots can vary. Well, I thought I was getting just in the middle with the die and no paste anywhere else,
Right.
So if you look here, I mean, I got paste every goddamn where. So it was, it was everywhere and pretty thick, THICC. I opened more than one damn picture. Can I not show them all? I guess not.
Too much for you.
Right. Too much. As you can see, here's the bottom side of the cooler. And I was like, oh, that's fun to pull off. Not. So I had I did the Logan from Tech Syndicate method and used coffee filters and alcohol. I should have I read I watched videos online and the guys were like, yeah, use 90 or 99% isopropyl because it burns off faster. I go, yeah. And I got home and I was like, oh, all I got is 50. Fuck. And I didn't have any of those finger condoms, but I forgot. I was like, oh, I can just grab a glove at work. So I grabbed like 3 gloves and took them so I could spread it around with my fingy. And burned my damn finger today on my lawnmower. It sucks.
Who was that channel where that was it the Bauer that actually would put that shit in like the dishwasher?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
he
seen
said
guys.
as long as the battery's out and everything.
Well, I've seen guys. To like what was it? Lazy Game Reviews. He put motherboards in the oven, and then they came back out because like basically the solder just needed to be heated up and loosened.
Oh yeah.
And he says every motherboard he's actually done like that has actually worked. He still can't believe it works. So, I mean, good on you. But I put in 3 more fans in the back of the radiator. I had to take the ones in the front out so I could pull the radiator out because I couldn't get to the back. And really, it looks okay. I'm only a little mad at myself because I didn't think about. Well, for one, I didn't know how much wiring you would get. They actually give you a shit ton of lead for the halos. So
You mean like Slack or whatever with the wire length?
Well, yeah, because when you get a Halo, it's not just a cable. You get, well, okay, if you buy a Halo Lux, it comes with the adapter to fit to your motherboard. And then if you buy the cheaper Halos, they just daisy chain to each other because that's a feature. Now, when you have a connection off of a Halo or a Halo Lux, you've got 2 connections, an in and an out. And they give you enough room to hook either one. But then when you got the other one, you hook them together. So you got this big long like foot of fucking cable. I'm like, okay, and after I got everything put back in, I'm like, oh, I have to cable manage this. Well, I might have to rip it back out anyway. I'm just gonna stuff it down in the power supply basement. And honestly, it mostly looks good except for one cable. I've moved the LED strip. I don't know if you remember at the bottom, I had that annoying LED strip that was on the bottom of the inside the case on top of the power supply basement shroud.
Right.
And it was blinding because it was right in the way. Well, I moved it down. I didn't think it would work alongside of the glass, but it does. So it's in there. But then the cable to it is in front of the radiator. I'll take a picture and show you later. It's really sloppy. If I do it again, I'm gonna unplug that one wire and move it behind or in front of the radiator so you don't see it. So that because the frame of the glass, there's a metal frame and then there's about an inch of black paint, I think, that covers it up. If I put it behind the radiator, that black will cover it, so you won't even see it. So it'll be more seamless. Here it kind of spoils it a little bit. But
right. On my
good.
case, I have a lip behind the where the glass mounts to that I can put the strips behind. It's like a 1/2-inch lip.
Mm-hmm.
That's flat enough for it. Because I'd rather be able to mount the strips behind something if I can, instead of you being able to see the actual lights themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't that what you were going for?
Whoa, that was right page. I mean, you can't
That's what you were.
Yeah, I mean, I turned it facing up so the lights shine up. The lights at the top of the case shine down, and the lights on the bottom of the case shine up, so you don't actually see the LEDs themselves.
Yeah. That's good then.
Yeah.
But so you replied to. Well, actually, first I was going to ask you. So did you decide to put 6 fans on the radiator yet, or
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I did.
So you got that working. You got 3 of like the regular black ones that came with or whatever,
White.
or white or whatever.
The radiator came with well, I got the case fans that I used are white. They're like they're the same style that are on my case, but they're 120s instead of 140s. I thought they were 120s until but anyway, so I got 120s, and then the Intermax fans in the front, they're black. So, but you can't see them, so I just figured, fuck it, I'm not gonna worry about them. The ones in the back, they're white, so that they, the LEDs hit them a little better.
So how many fans do you have in total?
9.
9. And how do you get them all plugged into the motherboard? Is it
Well, that's actually a feature. The believe it or not, even my I'm using the Fractal case.
yeah?
Even my older, the Define R5 that I had a built-in fan hub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was. I don't think it. I never used it. I don't think it was a PWM. It had a actual dial on the side, which still is cool. This one has a fan hub. That's the Nexus Plus. I think is the name of the fan hub. It's got 4 PWM fan headers, and no. Anyway, it's 9 headers in total that you can run. Some PWM, some not. You just have to hook it up to a CPU header, and there's a SATA plug in the back. Well, the only problem is my motherboard, when you start the computer up, it doesn't read the CPU because the RPMs, it sees 6 fans as 0. Like, I pulled up the Fan Expert app, and it shows it as 0. So it's not going to show me my RPMs.
Well, couldn't you, if you wanted, like 3 of the radiator fans have controlled for the CPU, and then the other 3 with the hub or whatever?
I mean,
Along with the other case fans.
I mean, I could, but I just figured, fuck it. This is the easiest way because the radiator cables are all coming out of the same. They're coming out of the radiator, so might as well just hook them up to the one thing. And this, I wouldn't have to worry about splitters and all this. Literally, my 3 exhaust fans that are in there, they were already hooked up because I used to only have the 3 in front of the radiator, and those were hooked up to CPU 1 and CPU op, and with the splitter to make 2 of them go off of CPU 1. And I didn't like that. I just took everything to CPU 1 because to hell with it. I was thinking, well, maybe I could hook it up to the back ones to the GPU, because you can hook fans up to my GPU. But then I said, well, I don't want to do that, because if I ever have to RMA my GPU, then I'm going to have to refigure where the hell I'm putting my fan. And why the hell would my GPU, have to affect my radiator for my CPU? So screw it. They're all on the CPU header.
Well, that's good. That's good. Then why didn't you, if you had that on this, if you had that hub thing though on this case, you didn't use it though before?
Yeah, it was just in there, and I only had 6 fans. I didn't need it.
Right. But so just to be clear though, everything's going off the same header though. It's like all the same speed.
Well, see, that's why I said that there's no, in the app, it only shows 0 RPMs. I'm sure there's a way I could make it work, but I just
Are they all going at 100%?
No, because you can hear them speed up and slow down.
Oh, okay.
They've been kind of heavier now that I've been on the show for a minute. Let me see where it's. I got Fan Expert with the widget. Open it up. It says I'm at 68C right now.
Yeah, that was gonna be the follow-up question is Has your shit been stable now?
Well, like I said the last time, in all of Asus's wisdom, for some reason, their smart idea of give you the option to just do a fan profile of standard, high, and low, but they'll throw in my water pump as a fan, and that's no.
Right.
No. So let me screen share my Asus here, my asses.
Yep.
As you can see, the fan speed for CPU is 0 RPMs. Well, it says I'm at 81 right now, 73. So it's just hopping all around. 76.
And it should not be that, man, for liquid cooling.
No, it shouldn't. But I already spent a whole day fucking because okay, think about this. There are 4 screws in each fan. Okay.
Yeah.
I just installed 6 fans on this cooler.
So that's 24.
And I put hold on, and I installed the CPU cooler, so that's another 4 screws.
Yep.
So that's 20 something screws I had to take off, put back. No, it's gonna stay there for a little bit. If I can't game on it, I'm gonna RMA it tomorrow. Basically,
So you didn't game at all yet?
not after I did it. I gamed before because I wanted to. I was like, let me do a benchmark so I see where I'm at, because I don't want to think, oh, it was that bad and not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to. Just think it's worse than it is and not fucking do anything. So
Yes. So this took you basically all night last night.
yeah, till 2 a.m.
Oh,
because
shit.
because I don't have a picture of it. My when the front panel comes off of my case, there's the metal panel, and then the fans are right behind that, and then the radiators behind that, and then another set of fans are behind that. So the back fans, I took the radiator out and just mounted those straight to the back, but then the front fans, I had to thread the bolts or screws through the front of the case, and then from the front of the case into the radiator, there's only like a 2 or 3 little threads that stick out past the fan until it starts cinching down into the radiator.
Right.
And then once you get it cinched down to where the thing doesn't move, so you can get another screw in it, you cinched it down too tight, and now it's not moving. Makes me mad. So
Yeah, man. How did you get then? Like, didn't you build like your whole computer though in only like a day or two? I don't know how you did that shit.
The right before we did the show,
Yeah.
I came home at like 7 o'clock and just busted ass. And think about it, I was only it was 11 o'clock and I was done.
Yeah. And this shit took you like all night.
Well, yeah, but that's because I only had 6 fans in it.
Well, you got 3 more fans.
Yeah. And I had to do the front. The thing that took the most
Christ,
time.
like, 3 fans is this much.
Right. No, dude, the thing that took the most time was the front fans. I don't want to have to do that again.
Yeah.
Like seriously, because it's like I might as well do it in the dark with my eyes closed and backwards, because Jesus Christ, you got to be able to jiggle the whole thing to get the fan slam. Now, once they're in there, the pressure, I took the radiator out and the fan stayed on it for a minute until it was completely upside down, and then they shook loose. But
shook loose. The move.
Yeah. Kevin Costner? No. Who was that kid?
I forget.
Oh, God damn.
Was it Kevin Bacon?
No. Now I got to Google here. Hold on. IMDb. Footloose. Oh, not the new stupid movie. The old classic. Wow, they made 3 of them. Now I gotta know. Hold on. 79. No, that's not the one we know. Yeah. Wow, that one was not successful. It looks like because I don't remember that one. 80. Yeah, 84. Where's the actors? Kevin Bacon. You're right. John Lithgow was in it.
Well, I figured I'd have a good chance because there's always 6 degrees of him, right?
No, you don't get that. See, the one from the 70s, there's nobody famous in here. Maria Pia Colonna. Wow. There's only 6 people on the top build list. Wow. Hey, Morricone did the soundtrack. Dope. And then I didn't see that horrible remake that they did because, no. You don't take something that's already good and then redo it to try to steal some of that. Try to piggyback
You
off
mean
the
like
mojo.
Ghostbusters?
Hey, Ghostbusters backwards doesn't make any sense. Just like your opinion if you don't like Ghostbusters. Anyway.
But yes, so and today you said your wife was working and shit too, so you didn't get to do a whole lot today, right?
No, she had to work a little bit today, and I mowed the grass and watched the dogs, and then, like I said, I
Being
burned my
passed out today.
I burned my finger trying to clean off the lawnmower because I didn't clean it off the last couple of times I used it, and when we took it to my father-in-law's for a tune-up, it was covered in shit, so I felt like an asshole. So I tried to clean it off right after I got done mowing, and I got too close to the actual motor and burned myself.
Oh, did you blow on it?
No, I shoved it up my ass. Felt good. Anyway.
Now, did you ever have that? I remember one time my dad had he was frying up some fish on the stove, and he threw one of the fillets into the grease, and the grease splattered up onto his hand.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's shit hurts, man.
Yeah, well, our front yard we have these trees that are kind of dead, so there's all these branches in the yard, and the smaller ones I just mow over them because they're brittle and fall apart anyway, and just cut them up like mulch. But the bigger ones we have I don't know if it was supposed to be a bird bath or a giant planter or what. We got this giant metal piece of lawn, like a lawn ornament, I guess. Looks like a big kettle on our yard that it's got a cement base and it's rusty as hell. It's just old. No one's kept it up, but it's a big bowl basically. So we just throw sticks in there, and or someone has been. I actually haven't touched it since last year, but so I was mowing, and this big piece of wood just shot up and hit me in the eye.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it went past my glasses and got me in the eye, and I go, oh, I stumbled and shit. I'm like, that happened. Okay.
It's
wow.
Safety goggles.
Well, I was wearing my glasses. I thought it would hit my glasses. I'm like, I'm okay. No, I need some fucking goggles. That shit sucked. Anyway, so that's what I did today. A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Whole lot of nothing.
Hopefully tonight you'll be able to get an hour or two at least.
Well, I played a little bit of Fallout before I started messing with it. Just like I said, just to get things up to temperature. It actually, gaming hasn't really been. I mean, it'll stress the system. You'll hear it ramping, but it won't make it almost crash. When I ran Cinebench 20, I got up to the 80s, and when I ran Fan Expert and tried to do the fan optimization thing, that crashed every time. I mean, it worked before, and then all of a sudden it stopped working. So,
yeah, was that what was making you crash? I think it was last week or something.
Yeah, when I crashed 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure because it hasn't done it since. So I don't know.
maybe it'd be funny if the whole time it was just like in the 30s. This whole
Right.
time it was all fucked up. The sensor.
Well, they do say that like Ryzen doesn't report the proper temperatures and shit, but I mean, like when I pulled up hardware info and I showed people that they're like, "Oh man, you're in the 80s," and they're like, "Nah, dude, that's the wrong sensor. T-die is the actual sensor. The other one's fine." Oh, so
Yeah,
I'll just keep on keeping on.
yeah. I mean, you got this. You got this computer to the game. So, how long of a warranty did you have on that shit?
On what?
Your cooler.
Well, I mean, I bought it in December.
Okay, so I'm guessing probably like a few years. Probably.
Well, I don't know. Like the
I mean, if you could game on it at least. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I want to do more. It's just I want to wait a little bit before I have to tear it apart again because I just did that shit yesterday. I sat up all
Yeah.
night and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and didn't get the game, and the shit's still hot. No, I'm not fucking with it again. I'm gonna just let it sit. It's cool.
Like it's warm.
Yeah, it's gonna stay where it's at. That's cool. I'm not in any hurry to get on it.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to start getting into those ray tracing games, I guess that'll be a good test.
Yeah.
Like Battlefield and stuff, if you want to dick around with it.
Well, I try to play Battlefield, and since it's HDR, I don't know if it's my TV, because my cable that I bought for my for that port that goes to the TV, it says it can handle a 4K HDR signal. But whenever I don't know if it's because there's a true dark like feature. I don't know if it's a true dark color or something. I don't know. There's some feature in the TV that it pops up whenever you have an HDR game loaded, and it says, "Hey, now switching to this feature may not work." No. And I go into settings, I turn it off, and it goes, "Okay, it's off. Hey, we're turning this back on, so you have to turn it off before you start the game." It's fucking stupid. So I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I could get HDR working. Hitman has HDR too, apparently.
Oh yeah. Isn't that
I
feature
found
like
that
called
out.
Super Black or something like that?
I mean, that's what it says on my. I think that's what it was called on my TV. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Anyway, so don't you got a?
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a question for you, buddy.
Oh no!
I don't give a fuck.
Will you marry?
Soda Talk with Frank and Ian.
Gonna pop the question.
Pop the cherry.
And you're a battle station.
Turn that off.
Hurry up and get your brewskis.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 second. Actually, speaking of brewskis, I do have a lot to cover today for Soda Talk.
Oh no.
Yeah, with Taco Bell, I didn't know they had this, but I got this it's they have the yellow Kickstarter there now at Taco Bell.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That was
And
the
so
first time I'd heard about it. When they were going to do breakfast, they were supposed to be offering an orange, and they're like, "Yeah, it's an orange Mountain Dew for breakfast." I'm like, "Ew."
Yeah, that's what I was like, an orange, I guess,
I'll try that.
Me and her, we both got that, and then we decided to try some vodka with this.
Doing screwdrivers.
Yeah, big boy drinks, and I figured I'd have some of that vodka with the Baja Blast too. It's actually pretty good. I had one earlier. And then I remember last week you said you like to drink the red Sprite because it's kind of like the red ice, right? The cherry ice. I actually never had this as just a cherry Sprite. I guess it's
Mhm.
pretty similar to that. It's clear also.
Yeah, I almost bought one of those today because I went out to a gas station to get something, and I was like, while I'm here, gas stations have the bomb selection of beverages.
Yeah.
So I stood there for way too long, going, hmm. So right now I'm finishing up Dew Ice, and then
Ice.
I couldn't pass up a big ass brisk.
That's brisk, baby.
Yeah, it's the OG lemon flavor. It's fuck as big as my head. It was $1 because I was like, oh, Sprite cherry. Because I don't know. When I was younger, I liked the grape shit. Now I like cherry. And if I see something, I go, cherry, is that good? Like this, the I actually saw an article where the guy was talking about it. He's like an ode to the early 2000s and uh, Mountain Dew Pitch Black. I'm like, you're disgusting. You disgust me.
You disgust me. But yes, so you're saying demonetized earlier though. That YouTube will do. Are they kind of like Twitch now? Well, you can't drink on there.
Well, I thought you couldn't drink on YouTube like at all. Like
Yeah.
like what was it? Epic Beer Pong had to change their name to Main Event Pong.
Now I've watched vlogs and stuff where they had beers and stuff on there.
Hmm.
I don't know how. See, I don't know how that would get reported into the algorithm though, because that unless if somebody reports it manually, I don't know. Like you have to have some kind of super intelligent AI,
Hmm. Well, I mean,
identify this as an alcoholic beverage. We are
it's
scanning the molecules.
right. I'm sure it's just in the title, beer, whiskey.
All right.
Because they have to put, so people will search it, vomit alerts. I think those get flagged now.
Yeah, like I was wondering too, like how because they're demonetizing violence and stuff, and it's like that even if it's not in the title or metadata, they like that gets flagged or something. I guess I don't know how any of that shit works.
Science.
Yep.
Whoop. Anyway,
Marty Fly, the science guy.
trying to sort a folder by date.
Keep
Anyway,
dugging.
huh?
I don't know if you keep dugging or if you're just being like real still. I should pay attention to your computer there in the background for reference because you have it on cycle, rainbow vomit cycle.
right.
Let's see. I assume both of us had toilet water.
Yeah, can't not.
Yeah, gotta have some kind of hydration, right?
Right, you can't just have sugar and caffeine.
It's preferable not to. Water helps it go down at least.
Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Yep.
You all right?
Yeah, just a little bit tired.
Aw.
Got 4 hours last night.
Wow, you got a whole 4 hours. Damn.
Like that, I only got 4 minutes.
Right.
No, me and Nate were hanging out, so you wanted to hang out like all morning. Got to bed about 6 o'clock.
Eesh.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No thanks.
So have you talked to Ben lately, by the way?
No, not for lack
Yeah.
of trying. He's not
You're
very
still-
social anymore.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Is that just like his more of his time is dedicated to Solange or whatever?
I don't have a fucking clue.
His boo.
I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah. No, it's I don't know. It seems like he hasn't been into like a whole lot of anything. Like not it hasn't been doing like a whole lot of artwork, it seems like. 'Cause I think every time I ask him like what's he been working on, he's like, "Oh, not really been working on anything." I
Well,
don't
you
know.
know, he's been in his office. I mean,
Yeah, he still pays for that shit, so I mean it's like
you got to go.
hopefully he gets his money worth, you know.
Right? I mean, I don't understand the point. I mean, if you're a starving artist, you know, we would take your free option and go with that.
Yeah. Well, what I would have done is I would have if I was him, I would have saved up for a place, but at least
Well,
for a few months rent
You know, he had said
or
before,
a year
yeah,
or something.
he was like, yeah, I can, I'm saving up to move out. I said, okay, and then after you move out, then what? Because you got to keep paying.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'd say like maybe like a year or something would be good, but then you could kind of save up as you're going that year, maybe.
Hmm. I mean, you've done you actually rent, so you kind of understand how that works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like your security deposit and
Yeah. It's
I don't know.
hopefully I get back.
I
someday.
actually got my old security deposit back, and then they sent me a bill because I did something I wasn't supposed to do, and I'm like, fuck you, I already moved out.
Right.
You're not getting any money from me. You gave me back money, you
Yeah.
fools.
No, I don't know. It's with Bendo. It seems it's kind of hard to tell if he's happy or not. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what really matters is if he's happy or not. Whatever.
If you say so.
Yeah. I mean, you're his brother.
If you
want
say
him
so.
to succeed, right?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with that. Sure.
By the way, I was watching more pinstriping on guy doing more pinstriping on that American Chopper show. Going
Yeah.
back and watching some old episodes.
Yeah.
They do a pretty good job of pinstriping on like those, like the tanks and with the curves and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, because isn't that like a lot harder when you're painting along the curves?
Not really, because I mean, it can be if they connect to other things. You notice a line is uneven if it's next to other straight lines.
Yeah.
So when shit's, curves and wavy, it kind of makes it easier to hide stuff.
I can see that. Are those brushes made specifically for pinstriping so it keeps like a solid line?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is like the brush, is it like a longer type of brush or something on them?
They're actually different kinds.
All right.
There are like multiple different kinds. There used to just be one company that made them, and then a bunch of other people got into it because like people who do it for a living actually start making their own brushes and shit.
When you dip a brush into it, how long of a stripe can you usually get?
Well,
Is that like a whole subreddit too?
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the part where it's all about experience. You can't actually teach somebody that because there's no metric. You can't say 10 thousandths of whatever because you the paint, you actually reduce it on the fly. You don't cut it with a thinner and 1 to 2. You know what I mean? No,
Right.
you literally you dip it in the paint, dip it in the reducer, and then you do a couple strokes to see how it looks. So like most of the paint actually ends up on the palette when
Yeah, I
you're
can believe it.
and plus that way, because you're not only uh moving the paint around, and you're also seeing the flow. And once you know that it's tacky enough, because it's got to be a certain amount of tack to make it stick to what you're painting. Um, it's a whole process, dog.
Well, you have to go from one end, like one corner to the other, right? Because it's probably pretty hard to if start a line and then start in the middle, but otherwise you have some kind of like
Yeah,
block or something,
you get
right?
you can you can see what they call holidays and hiccups.
Yeah.
Starting and stopping is not a good idea. I've had a lot of those in my car because I'm not as skilled in that regard. Guys, one of the things they make you do is practice straight lines, and doing it for a long length is hard. I know guys that actually do like semi trucks for a living, so they can literally dip their brush a couple times and just walk around the car like doing a line as they're walking, and do the entire length of the car with that little bit, because they know from doing it so damn much.
Right.
I'm not that good.
Yeah. Not with that attitude.
Yeah. Right.
But no, I mean, I don't have like a whole lot of experience with paints, but I used to paint a lot more since, I took a lot of classes in high school, art classes. I was pushed to
Mhm.
do a lot of that stuff because my mom was an artist and I showed artistic talent. And then I went into college, I took painting classes and color theory and all that stuff with Ben. And it's
Mhm.
like, I, I started getting pretty decent doing like Bob Ross type stuff with. I like to use those fan brushes because you could
Mhm.
either do like a skinny line or you could do like a really fat line and you could do cool effects for like trees and foliage and stuff with them.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of scenery stuff.
Von Dutch, one of the most famous pinstripers, he actually didn't know that there was a brush just for it. He'd been doing it for like a couple years without, and until he ran into another guy doing it, and the other guy's like, "You do what?" And he's like, "Yeah, this is what I've been using. Doesn't everyone use it?" He's like, "What? No." And because he didn't know that he started doing it back in the 30s during the Depression when no one had any money.
Yeah. Do you have like what type of paint do you usually do the pinstriping with? Like, isn't it just like the regular urethane for automotive stuff or?
Yeah, I use enamel, um, like oil based. I also have some what do they call it? Like you said, urethane. The not natural oil
Right.
based.
Yeah. The
The
stuff you don't
oil.
want to swallow.
Yeah, the thing is with if you go back and forth, you have to have two different sets of brushes, because the oil based, the brushes are usually like animal hair based, like squirrel hair. Um, but if you use the enamel brushes, or enamel paints, you have to use the urethane paints. You have to use a synthetic brush, because what happens is, to get the old paint out of the brush, the cleaner is so caustic that it will actually eat away at real hair. So it has to be synthetic just to handle being clean. Slash, uh, like I said, you have to thin it as you go. So just the thinner alone will eat it. So you
Huh.
you have to make sure what you're doing and which kind. I didn't know that at first until I started to do it, and then someone let me know. I was like, oh, well, I'm glad I didn't do that for too long, or my brushes would have been fucked.
Yeah. I know like watercolor and like oils can be kind of hard. I hated doing the gouache paint because it was like really thick or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had to take classes on doing gouache paintings and stuff. It gave it like textured, sort of, you know.
Oh, do you do like Pollock, Jackson Pollock painting with like
Yeah,
nails and a bee? They had a guy who was on NPR. A guy was restoring a Jackson Pollock painting, and he said there's actually a bee that got stuck in the paint, and we had to preserve it when we were restoring the painting because it's part of the painting.
Oh God! Wow.
Wild shit.
But no, man. Like, see, that's where you make me feel like you really miss your calling because you really know your shit with that, and you really sound a lot more intelligent than normal Frank.
Well, I mean, I actually don't know my shit. I just pick up things and like things I naturally have an interest in. I never went to school for any of it. Art, I only took the little high school art classes. So
Nah, you got something there, man.
I'm just some.
You could. I feel like you could do anything you probably wanted.
I just don't have a lot of motivation. I am lazy.
Well, I mean, you seem like you're pretty. The main thing is that I guess you seem like you're pretty happy. You got a wife and everything. You basically got what you want, you know. So I mean, fuck it. Who cares if you're?
Well, I mean, I would like more money because who wouldn't? But
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you want to do art stuff, that's not necessarily going to get you more money. It's just if it gets you more happiness, that's the question. I
want to be happy with money.
Well, the money is to get you more happiness. At the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to. That's what you're supposed to have is happiness.
Well, yeah, you don't want sad money. You can be poor and have sad money.
Yeah,
I've had sad money. You ever had sad money? You know what sad money is, Ian?
What's sad money?
Sad money is when you go to the restaurant and you go, "Hey, can I pay for my food before I eat it? Because I don't know if I got the money to cover it. I don't want to eat and then accidentally have to dine and dash."
Right.
I had to do that shit in college. I had no money.
Yep, I remember those days.
College. Now ramen noodles is a choice.
Not that I'm that much far ahead of those days.
Right. Hey, I'm only where I'm at because I have a beautiful wife with a brain on her shoulders.
Yeah.
Got my shit together because I was in debt. It's through none of my own good handiwork.
Yeah,
but
sometimes I just think I have too much ambition. Sometimes where I try to get into too many things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always trying to learn new things and tinker with stuff, and maybe sometimes I spread myself too thin with things, you know.
You gotta spread them. What?
Get down and spread them.
Spread those cheeks.
But no, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about Ben. I don't hope he's not losing his ambition or whatever.
I mean, when he goes to Canada, they drive to the other the animation thing that he does. So there's that. He's just I don't know.
Did you ever sit and talk with your brother, buddy?
Nah, he doesn't answer my calls. Even my dad, who goes out to eat with him every day, he lets his ass go to voicemail.
Yeah, it definitely changed a little bit lately, huh?
I don't know, man.
I mean, I remember you guys at least used to go out with your dad and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, we're getting too deep.
Yeah, you're not losing sleep over it.
Nah. We're grown men.
You're his brother, so if you're not worried about it, then it's not a big deal.
The man's almost 40 years old, Ian.
Yeah,
Who the hell am I to tell him what to do?
you gotta be his mommy.
Nope. Mommy's mommy. She's just the next room over.
She's watching televangelists.
Yeah, real loud.
And he's always complaining about that.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Hear praise Jesus music real loud. You kind of don't want to hear that. But
Yeah. He hates living there. It seems like, but I think he would hate working more or something.
yeah, it's like, any child that lives at home hates living at home until they have to not live at home.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you can't have your cake and eat it too, motherfucker. I moved out at 18. I'm not going to cry and moan about any of that shit.
You wanted to get the fuck out of there, man.
Well, yeah. Hell
You're
yeah.
like, bye.
Deuces. And I like my parents, but no, I can't.
Yeah.
Nope.
And you kept your life together too. Like even when you said you were like getting heavy into drinking and stuff, you were like you still went to work and shit,
Well,
You still had the bills paid.
I was a functional alcoholic. That's not something to be proud of.
No, it's hey, if you keep your life functioning, you can at least be proud of that, whether you're drunk or not.
I just, I almost got in trouble. I said, I better cut it back to just the weekends. And on the weekends, I would get sloshed.
Yeah, what was the moment for you?
What moment?
The the real wake up call, I guess you would call it.
When it started affecting my gout.
Oh yeah.
Because, I mean, it always could. It just never did. And I didn't care. I was like, 50-50. It either will or won't. But then it started always doing it.
Right.
And that's no bueno.
No bueno.
Because I got shit that, if my shit will, it affects me when I don't do anything bad. I don't need to give it help.
Yeah.
Anyway, 3 hours
Anyway.
later.
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations.
Station.
Station.
What is your theme
Sorry about
this
that.
week?
I just care about you guys,
Nah, I don't care about me. So why should you?
That's terrible, man.
Nah.
What was my theme? What the fuck was I thinking?
What was I thinking? I was thinking about that little white tank top sitting there next to me. You like that song? I had to admit I enjoy it.
Do they have any songs with 54 Chevy in it?
Yes.
How about good old 59 Cadillac?
Okay. Like Chuck Berry said, he's like, I write about things that people like. I write about songs about cars, songs about girls. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. That's things people like. So yeah, there's songs about cars and girls. Yeah. So what is your fucking thing, dude? Get on with it.
I'm looking through all three of them, and I'm trying to discern what I was thinking. Just shit with like a lot of screens in it, I guess, and lights and stuff.
Yeah, this
Mishmash.
hate to say it, I think this guy would have been kicked off the island.
Why is which one? The first one here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, why is that?
Where's the tower, dog?
Did anybody else ask that?
I haven't read any of it. I just you're an animal. Gives me anxiety. It's messy, so that's probably all they clung on to. I don't know if that box is a sub or a tower, so I'll allow it. But boy, it looks horrible. Phew.
Well, it's
Yeah.
too messy.
Dude, and I'm nowhere near a clean freak. But my God, this is a neckbeard nest.
What kind of table is that?
Plastic. It's plastic folding table.
That's a plastic folding tail, and I thought that shit was wood or something from the dark. Like the variations in the dark and light.
No, that's just paint and shit all over it.
Okay. Well, it was in Battlestations, so I was trusting it.
They say, hey dog, you got eyes. Y'all got phones.
This looked like it was a potato phone now.
Yeah.
Let's take it with the potato.
You say potato, I say potato.
It was something. I usually don't care about the first one anyway. It usually gradually gets better.
I gave myself a shit ton of stations because I'm like, man, there's so many good ones. Ian's gonna have to have one that I had in there somewhere. Apparently not this week. Apparently you picked turds.
Oh.
Excuse me. See, I can't even tell what here. He's got a sound bar. He's got a steel series headphones. He's got a mic that's on the shittiest stand in the world. It's kind of.
He's got a nice TV though. It looks like.
Yeah. Word. Then he got Alex drawer. He didn't get the unit that was a cabinet. He just got a regular drawer and left all the drawers out.
But yeah, Frank's not about that soundbar life.
Nah. I mean, I'd probably have one for like a TV. But like.
TV.
Well, no, if I was using this as a TV.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean.
I do. I'm just being
a dick. Yeah. Fucking dick. Yeah.
It's better. It's cleaner though, at least, I mean.
Yeah, the other one was horrible. This one's just not good.
Oh, you wouldn't like to have 3 screens on the TV?
I mean, like, he's got a computer case with a window inside of a cupboard. I really don't know what the fuck he's running.
Right, me neither.
I just picked one.
I just saw the TV, I guess I was just looking at the screens mainly.
Screens. Hey, you see RGB, you see screens, you upvote.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You could throw all that other shit out. Who cares?
So he's got is that a Vibe?
I think so.
I actually don't know VR headsets. That's a Roku TV.
Nate's thinking about getting one. Like, oh boy. Don't tell Doug.
Yeah, he's already his biggest fan.
Yeah. I definitely like this one better than the other two, though.
I mean, it's aight. I don't the NZXT cases, like the actual window was so skinny on them. It kind of bothers me because there's that whole waste of space, like to the right.
Oh yeah.
What the hell goes there? A 5.25 drive?
Oh no, I don't like those. I like the whatever 100 eyes. Those are cool.
Mm.
The H500i.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's the one where the window stops where the PSU shroud is or would be,
Uh-huh.
I forget what kind those are though.
I
Yeah, I
have no
don't like
idea.
I hate the partial window thing.
So
It's like
like,
half of the case or whatever.
I mean, when people make their own, Project Snowblind build, then it makes sense. And then that thing in the left corner, is that a space heater or another computer?
Oh no.
I don't know.
It's
So
a sub.
So this one,
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, it's a Roku TV, so he's got that. I'm gonna sound
Roku
like
TV.
I'm gonna sound like an asshole for saying this, but doesn't he have that up a little high?
Was it TV?
Yeah. I mean, if you're sitting in it, the bottom of the screen is like eye level. At least with mine, bottom of the screen is like down to my mouth and shit.
Yeah. Well, what size screen are those on the bottom? Because I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of gap between the two. Vertical gap. Vertical gash. I mean gap.
Excuse me. Oh, oh.
So, are you gonna go see that Avengers movie, Frank?
I still have to watch the first one.
Yep.
Only reason I want to
And-
watch the first one is because of the Guardians.
Yep. Guardians.
If it weren't for them, I wouldn't give a shit,
Who gives a shit?
right?
Well, I guess for you, then it won't be as emotional. Then,
Nah.
because a lot of
No.
people cried during the second one.
I mean, I cried during the second Guardians.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
was
the
like-
Guardians, though.
I was like, Yondu. But anyway, so what is your favorite station?
In the opposite order they were presented.
You like this one best?
Yep. It's the
I'm-
bestest.
I gave this one shit, but I think this one actually wins.
What? You did give us some shit, man. I thought you would choose the third one.
Well, this is a
You
horrible.
tricked. You motherfucker, you tricked us.
I'm never that easily read. I always
You
do
aren't. No, because you're not easy to read, so it's hard to tell what the fuck is going on.
that. I like the cooler colors. I like the I don't know. I just like it.
It does look good though. That's why I picked it. It just I was in a rush really, so it's like I was picking out I was picking stuff out with a lot of
garbage.
screens and stuff. Just different stuff on there.
Did you
know?
just like spin the clicker wheel and this is what your mouse landed on?
No, like
And they
I was
still got
trying to
more
avoid like
upvotes.
single monitors and shit and
Still
basic
got
bitch.
more upvotes than mine. So
Well, sorry to hear that. I don't know what they're smoking, but
ganja.
whatever it is, it sounds nice.
Now, give me 1 second. I gotta figure out which ones I actually want to go with because I had so many because I thought, oh, for sure we're gonna have some overlap. You know,
But we really don't. For somehow we don't have a whole lot of overlap on the same subreddit.
nah, we're like, I mean, usually we're like, oh man, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm gonna show all mine and we'll just not vote on them because they're just like all so good.
extra creds.
Well, I don't want to say no to any of them. How's that?
Okay.
Because my original theme was going to be weeb stations, but I saw
Oh,
some
boy.
I saw some and I was like, these stations belong just up and fuck it. So here we go. It's my show. I don't
Weeble
care.
wobble, weeble wobble.
So this guy just added this artwork.
All right.
Got a little Han Solo down here and then this other station is a weeb station. He says, not ashamed. Ooh, there's a link, so that means there's more.
Uh-oh.
No, it's just the same thing. But yeah. So we got a vertically mounted your GPU over there.
Now, is that a thing now, the faceless weeb?
There's actually a subreddit with there's already an anime wallpapers subreddit, and then there's a anime vector wallpapers. And since you took art classes, you know vector.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so there you go.
Hmm.
But I mean, they got the Orleaf Nano, they got Logitech mouse, got a
I
pretty
didn't notice those.
got a pretty dope actual tower right there.
And what tower is that?
It's a NZXT something.
Oh, is that the...
Let me go down.
I'm going to say the 700i? Because that one had more black on it, I think.
Don't know. I don't know.
Google search H700i.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the more expensive one.
That's 2.
I definitely was, when I was looking for cases and stuff, I definitely wasn't looking to spend north of 200,
Here they got the Razer Huntsman, the Razer mouse, the Razer mouse pad. It looks pretty good. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I knew it was a weeb station. No, another guy with that big ass Razer mouse pad, but man, look at that lighting and the Nixie clock.
I like that one. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, the monitor's working, the colors all together. It's on fleek.
Must be a streamer or something.
And see, then look, the wallpaper's got the astronaut, and then he's got a little spaceship / plane, whatever, on the desk. Those all kind of tied together. See?
Yep. What is that down there? What is the red underneath the monitor? The pink? Is that like a clock or whatever?
Yeah, it's one of those Nixie clocks where it's like tubes with the numbers in it. I figured you'd like this one.
Oh yeah, that one's really good.
I like the aggressive angles, like how they have their GPU cables coming out.
Yeah.
And they just don't give a fuck. They got their GPU down here, and then they got this other shit up here, up above their GPU in a higher slot.
It still looks clean somehow, though.
With the fucking with the PewDiePie headphones with the cat ears.
Yeah, did you ever hear that thing where the I think who's the guy, the famous YouTube or musician guy that's that with the Mickey Mouse head, the dead mouse, or yeah. I guess there was some kind of recording or whatever where he was abusing his wife or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't hear about that.
Like he was like yelling at her and like scaring her and stuff because he was getting angry at her.
I didn't know he got married. I know he was engaged to Kat Von D for a minute.
Oh yeah, I remember that. What did you think about that Kat Von D?
What about her?
Is that somebody that you would like? You would like? Is she like a waifu?
She's just a tattoo artist.
Uh, there was no like female star that you're like, man, I wish I could be with her.
Nah, not really.
Hmm.
Why should there be?
Well, I mean, before you were married or with anybody.
Here we go with the personal shit again. Nah, dude, that was 1,000 years ago. Nobody I thought was hot back then is relevant,
Uh,
right?
right. I don't know. I just that I mean, I'm a guy. I think about hot. I see hot women that I think they're pretty hot or whatever. I mean, I guess you're not too much into celebrities. I guess.
I'm not current with them. I have no idea who's who anymore.
Uh,
Like after Britney Spears, I don't know who any of them are.
right.
So
But yeah, so apparently I don't know if you're a fan of that Dead Mouse guy, but apparently he's not what you would think he is.
well, he he did a
Not such a great guy.
and he just does, EDM, so whatever.
Yeah.
People can be talented and still be assholes, Ian, believe it or not.
That's right.
The shit doesn't have to be mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
I don't know why people can't understand that.
Right.
But
It was just scary. I hate seeing shit like that happen to women,
but you
Or, like I
didn't
hate
see.
hearing women cry and stuff, It's
Oh, yeah.
disturbing for me.
This one's actually kind of plain. I don't know why I picked it. Oh, here we go. Getting hyped for Endgame. You see it?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the monitor even matches the case, kind of.
Yeah.
And like the way they did the nano leaves, it kind of looks like Thanos is just floating there as a holographic image.
Yeah. I definitely get that vibe from it.
So that's why I like that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty Thanos out at this point.
And then this one was original. I had to throw this in here. Jungle Fever.
Yeah. Holy crap, man.
I mean, where does it end? Yeah, like, I mean, and all the accents are like green lights, or like wood tones and shit. And like, I mean, you can't tell what the hell is actually leaves and what's, it's like it looks like a commercial where they're like, like your corn pops really have a gorilla coming out of the corn pops. That's what it looks like. It's like you got a computer coming out of your fucking jungle.
Computer.
And I thought that was pretty original. So,
Yeah, I like it.
that and Endgame I figured you'd dig. And this crazy shit. I like the Johnny Cash flipping the bird in the background.
Yep.
But that's all my stations. What's your video of the week, sir?
Are we not judging these then, you said?
No, there's too damn many. I'm not sitting through that.
Okay. Can we at least pick a favorite?
No, I already closed them.
Well, I think I remember them pretty well. I would say I don't know.
I closed them because
I
even Vivaldi uses a bunch of RAM.
I would probably say the one that you said that I would probably like with a lot of the red with the angular cables and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Anyways, what's our video of the week? Cue that video of the week music, Frank.
I emailed it to you.
Oh, I was joking. That's right. You did email me something. I went to my email and I never clicked on anything.
Exclusive.
Video of the week drop.
It's not hide and seek. It's the video of the week. I tried to make it sound as crappy as I could. Does it show?
Okay. So that's our video of the week theme.
He's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Well, it's something. We'll be using that, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's better than nothing.
it's so goofy. It's got to make you laugh a little bit.
It does. It's kind of like it's bad and creepy and like kind of wrong.
But like if like little kids did, you're like, oh, they're retarded. Oh, little clap. Yay. And like I was trying to find when I did it because I wrote it on my phone and I was trying to record it on my phone and my phone had a Rhodes piano synthesizer sound. So I was like, sweet. And I couldn't record it from my phone. So like, okay. And then the DAW I was using on my computer, I was like, hey, there's plugins. And it's like, hey, you can make it sound like a Rode. I'm like, yes. So that's what I was actually going for initially.
I wonder how that would sound if you auto-tuned it.
Auto-tune. I mean, I could do that. That's actually a feature.
Yeah, do that and see. Let's see how that sounds.
Horrible, probably. I can tell you that right now.
You know what they say about the bottom of the well?
No,
You
what's
can
that?
only what?
I don't know.
Like, you could only go up from here.
They don't say that shit.
No, I'm just curious on how it would sound.
Oh, like a robot. T-Pain can actually sing. Did you know that?
I believe it. I mean,
No, like he was on that show, The Masked Singer. My wife and I watch it like to because they have celebrities and stuff to see if you can guess who's singing, and they're wearing a costume, so you don't know until the reveal. And one of the best singers, I was like, man, that guy's got soul. He's got abilities. It's fucking. It was T-Pain.
is your wife more into like the celebrity stuff, keeping up with the Joneses, or does she have certain things she likes to watch?
Well, like she watches Bravo. Like, I think all women watch that. I hate to say this, don't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You said she's into the investigative stuff.
Yeah, she watches a lot of like Snapped, or like, what lately we watched like a mini marathon of accident, suicide, or murder. Guess what they investigate? A death that could be accident, suicide, or murder.
Was it accident, suicide, or murder?
I mean, it'd be fucking stupid. Be like, oh, turned out it was an accident. Okay, next case.
Is this person screaming While he's being murdered or killing himself?
Well, you know, they like, you know, you wouldn't think, you know, that they'd waste their time with you know, just an accident. What they do. Like there's that show Disappeared, which is people that, you know, just done disappeared, right?
Right.
And you would think that they would say, "But we found them." No, that's only ever happened once. The fucking whole
Hmm.
rest of the whole rest of the show is goddamn, you know, they've been missing and we still don't know where they're at. And I'm like, are you serious? The one guy that they did find his wife, he got tired of waiting for the cops to find her, so he went down the road that she would have went to go to work. He went down, he turned off of the road, and oh look, her truck rolled off the fucking embankment, and for days she had been off the side of the road, in and out of consciousness. And I'm like,
On the side of the road again.
yeah, I mean, it was in the woods, but still, you know, like the cops didn't check that.
Back in the woods, you see.
Yeah. So,
It's kind of like the suicide, accident, or murder. It's kind of like that game that Howard Stern would play on the radio. I remember a couple of times where they did. Is this the sound of guys working out or gay porno?
mm,
It was
no,
actually hard to guess.
that was like Adam Sandler did a bit with that. He's like, are they having sex or are they doing weightlifting?
Yeah, exactly.
That was
Anyway,
actually a
so
funny bit.
yeah, I love that stuff, man.
Piece of shit car. Okay, on with the news. Oh, right into it here. Your video of the week.
Yep.
I forgot we had a theme song and everything and didn't even get into it.
Yeah. So this one is about I was thinking about doing an article, but I was like, I'll just do the video for the video of the week because I didn't have much else. Enermax's AIO gunk problem. Lake Tech TR4 cooler after 18 months. So your cooler is probably too new for this problem, but
Well, this is the
might come
first
up.
gen. That's
Okay.
That's the first gen, and he literally says like several times in the video that he hasn't used it. It's just been chilling.
Yeah. So, but do you think that's you have the next gen or whatever?
I mean, I do. It's Lick Tech 2.
Okay, but that one you don't really have to worry about it as much, or does it get a little gunked up?
I mean, they said they fixed it, but a lot of people are like, no, it's still a fucking problem.
Right. But after you can see after they take they clean the shit out, it's like all gunked up. Yeah, look at the water.
It's all fucked up.
Let's see if I could get a thing where it's just showing the. Yeah, there's the plate there is pretty nasty. Though, I guess at the end of the day, what he was saying is he, in his opinion, is, and he's probably, I think he said he's heard other people say it too, is that like the O rings might be like degrading or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it might have that problem with the like because it has different kinds of metals in it, and they might be reacting to each other. You know, what was that called? Like that with
Galvanic
the aluminum
corrosion.
or whatever. Yeah, galvanic. What is it called?
Galvanic corrosion.
Yeah, galvanic corrosion. Yeah,
Like galvanized steel, right?
yeah.
And he's like, sure.
No, that's kind of how I did it, like galvanizing.
But yeah,
But
shit got down in there. The first
so
batch, the thing was like supposedly there was slags of metal that just broke loose from the radiator, supposedly.
and he's been taking Jay's advice to actually clean the shit with the toothbrush and toothpaste or something.
Yeah, he took Jay's 2 cents.
Yeah.
2 cents of the toothpaste.
Yep.
I mean, it's they had a bad rap when they first came out. The main reason that they sold any of those is because they were the only full size block for a TR4.
Yeah. Yeah. It just sucks to see so many problems. It seems like coming out with this cooler. I feel bad.
Yeah,
Makes me scared. Even
don't
though
be
I don't have your
scared.
cooler. Even though I don't have your cooler, it makes me scared. Because I've never used
Aw.
a liquid cooler or any kind of liquid cooling.
Right.
I mean, do you think eventually you'll get into full blown out water cooling or like custom loops and shit?
Nah, I'm lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And plus, then you don't get as much of a warranty. They're
I
like,
don't
you
get any kind of
dumbass.
warranty.
Well, I mean, you get it on your parts.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to get it on? Like the individual tubes and fasteners and stuff? Or you probably
Right.
get one on a radiator and pump, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny, those pumps with the reservoir, that shit looks like a bong, man.
Your shit looks like a bong, man.
That no the like custom rate
Yeah, I know
pumps
what you're
with
talking
the
about.
reservoirs, those look like bongs. It's great. It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever like those ones where I think they call them the T virus reservoirs, where it's like like a
Yeah,
double helix or whatever?
yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. But anyways, did you have a video of the week, or are we going on in the
Yeah,
news?
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah. Yeah, let me find it. Hold on.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have to RMA yours though.
Right? I probably will, but I gotta wait because I'm not doing it right away.
Right? Say I'm too lazy now. I'll wait. I'll just put that shit back in. Fuck it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Kyle Bitwit. Bitwit
I
Kyle,
think I saw
whatever.
this video.
Yeah, so basically,
Basically.
this is my case, but not. This is another rendition. Fractal, they do like Taco Bell. They take what they already have, they move some shit around, and then they badge it under a new name, and people buy it.
Kind of like
Because
those nacho tacos.
yeah,
Or
they're like, what do we have? We got beans, rice, and cheese, and just move it around. Hey, now it's this. What's this?
yeah.
Like Jim Gaffigan said when he worked at a Mexican restaurant, be like, hey, what's a burrito? Beans, meat, and cheese. What's
I tried those
nachos?
little potato bowls. Those are pretty good though.
Yeah, the Fiesta potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
I've
had
had
it
those.
before.
Oh, my wife likes them. Anyway, they got the the Define S2, which is what I have, but this motherfucker here, he
Motherfucker.
was I credit him because he was the first video I saw of it. It's an RGB version.
Mm.
So by default, Fractals cut their new PWM RGB fans.
Yeah, and I think you said those are digital too.
And I mean it's an S2, so the case itself is nice and sturdy.
Got the
Got
fill
full
port.
yeah, full port in the top of the bracket for the radiator. The power supply shroud. See, mine has a bracket like that you can take off. to get a more clearance for a radiator, or in this instance, you can even mount a pump res combo right there on the power supply shroud.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched this video a little bit, but then I got bored.
Yeah, he goes over everything about the case, and I got bored because I watched the review of the case when it came out, and now it's not just the RGB version because there are other things that are different, but it's if you wanted RGB and you wanted fractal, well, now you don't gotta do like I did and piecemeal the whole fucking thing. You can just buy it, and
But I want a piece, man.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. I don't care, but looks
Better.
pretty good.
Yeah, it does. What do you think
So
about
that's-
those cases where you can? Is that like a thing now where you can like reverse the case now and like flip? I think they would put it on the other side and you could flip the motherboard upside down, or how
I
does
mean,
that
those
work?
are the cases. A lot of them, the case is modular, so the back you literally can unscrew it and put it upside down.
Yeah.
Also, with this one, I forgot the top panel. It has the vent like mine does, and or solid, but it also has a glass panel on top.
Yeah, is that
which-
the one where you put the? Because I see some cases now so far with it where you could fit the power supply up vertically up at the top or something.
Don't know.
I think Jade did one of those.
What didn't Jay do?
Yeah.
He's dreamy. Also, this is
Dude.
when we were talking about a fan hub. This is what mine came with. Same one basically.
Oh, okay. That one looks like all 9 4-pin PWMs.
Huh. Well, I don't think they're all 4-pin. I think on mine the first so many are 3. I don't know. It's like 6. I think it's like
Like-
4 and 6 because
Like dummy pins or something.
No, wait. It goes up to it's 9 fans total. No, I think they were only 3-pin because the ones on the left of mine were 3-pin because I hooked up my case fans to it, and then the ones that came with the radiator I hooked up on the right. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they put it there, and all you had to literally do was unhook the PWM cable and feed it through the back panel. And that's my video of the week.
You don't say.
I just did.
I said you don't say.
I said I did. What are you gonna do, huh? Now it's time for the news.
The news.
Duh Bears. Doubles.
The news about the Bears.
Duh News with Ian.
Yeah. I guess I'm here. Kind of.
Dead ass with Ian.
That ass. So, what do we got for news this week, Frank?
I don't know,
What
sir.
the fuck is going on here?
Well, hold on. Let me
I didn't
copy
have
and
a
paste.
whole lot here, but
Hole.
oh yeah, this one. Okay, so Frank, what do you think about those people that say we never went to the moon?
Oh, they're crazy.
Well, what do you think about this? Would you think people were equally crazy if they told you that we've never left Earth's atmosphere?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this article is about new study says Earth's atmosphere stretches out to the moon. So, although we went to the moon, they're saying no human has technically ever left Earth's atmosphere.
Is this a study?
It's
As in, like,
study.
what website brought us this?
Well, actually, this was originally from that Seeker YouTube thing, that channel that I usually, like, they do a lot about, like, technology and, like, hyping you about new technology coming out.
Mm-hmm. Is it a credible
Um,
source?
Yeah. A lot of them talked about, like, where we talked about, like, squishy batteries and like graphene and all that, like a lot of science related stuff.
If you say so.
Yeah, it says the outermost part of our planet's atmosphere extends well beyond the lunar orbit, almost twice the distance of the moon. A recent discovery based on observations by ESA, NASA, Solar, and Heliospheric Observatory shows that the gaseous layer that wraps around Earth reaches up to 630,000 kilometers away, or 50 times the diameter of our planet. The moon flies through Earth's atmosphere, says Igor Balukin
That's a made up name.
of Russia's Space Research Institute, a lead author of the paper presenting the results. We were not aware of it until we dusted off observations made over 2 decades ago by the SAOHO spacecraft. Where our atmosphere merges into outer space, there is a cloud of hydrogen atoms called the geocorona. One of the spacecraft instruments, SWAN, uses sensitive sensors to trace the hydrogen signature and precisely detect how far the very outskirts of the geocorona are. These observations.
Corona.
Yep.
Like the beer.
Exactly. Like the beer. There's beer particles, Frank.
You could tell me there's beer in space. That'd be cool. I could live with that.
Yeah. Actually, I did watch a video a while ago about how there's different, like, there's like one part of like a galaxy or whatever that has like a lot of like ethanol particles or whatever in there.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like it. These observations could be done only at certain times of the year when the Earth and its geocorona came into view for SWAN. For planets with hydrogen in their exospheres, water vapor is often seen closer to their surface. That is the case for Earth, Mars, and Venus. This is especially interesting when looking for planets with potential reservoirs of water beyond our solar system, explains Jean-Luc Bertox, co-author and former principal investigator of SWAN.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like a cloud of hydrogen. So they're saying, well, technically it is. But for all intents and purposes, it's like that. There's really not hardly any atmosphere at all,
Well, we're having a hard time letting our fucking people understand that the fucking Earth is goddamn round. So let's not throw shit to them to confuse them.
Yeah, it just throws a monkey wrench in everything, doesn't it?
Just give them a softball.
Yeah. Well, it's just like philosophy. A lot of people, you can philosophize. Well, like, does this spoon really exist?
Okay, that's the Matrix.
Yeah. Are we really here?
Matrix would be hell because then you couldn't have soup because there is no spoon.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on to something that's not mind-bogglingly boggling minds.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
A group of Microsoft and GitHub employees have come out in support of Chinese tech workers protesting the infamous 996 work hours. So have you heard about this?
No.
No. You need to
Yep.
get involved, Frank.
I don't care
World
about celebrities. Why would I care about actual stuff that matters?
Right. A group of Microsoft employees are speaking out to support an online protest in China over growing 12-hour workdays that organizers say are unhealthy, illegal, and increasingly common. About 20 Microsoft employees signed an open letter published on Monday to support or in support of the so-called 996 ICU project in China. Tech workers in China stated that the 996 ICU project in March on code sharing website GitHub, which is owned by Microsoft. The numbers 996 refer to the concept of working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. Such hours, the workers say, are legal in China, even though they say many employees in the country expect it of their workers. The name 996 ICU refers to an iconic saying among Chinese workers, or work by 996, stick to ICU, as in the intensive care unit of a hospital. Yeah, the 996 ICU project is a repository of what is allegedly evidence of these working conditions, as well as a new software license designed to advocate for workers' rights. More specifically, any software project created under the terms of this license cannot be used by companies that break labor laws per the language constituted therein or contained therein. I'm sorry. And this, as far as the censorship part, the 996 schedule has become a controversial topic. Jack Ma, the co-founder of Alibaba, recently described the 996 schedule last week as a blessing for young workers, according to Reuters. A Microsoft employee who wished to remain anonymous said Business Insider that employees started this petition because they were concerned that Microsoft may be facing pressure to censor the project in the wake of alleged moves from Tencent and Alibaba.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the possibility that Microsoft and GitHub will be pressured to remove the repository as well. So yeah, that's crazy, man.
See,
Yeah, all that censorship in China, man, has gotten pretty bad. Yeah,
well,
that's why it's good to have a VPN.
I mean, they're a communist nation.
Yeah.
I actually follow a couple Chinese YouTube channels, and I don't mean like that are people born in China. I mean, there's like different kinds. There's an American I follow that lives abroad with his wife and daughter, and then he and a guy who's from England somewhere, they have a channel together where they like go around China explaining stuff. Like I'd never heard the term nail house until I watched that YouTube channel, or nail building, which refers to a tore up looking building that stands out like a sore thumb, like a rusty nail stuck in a piece of wood. And the term comes from, the term doesn't just come from old houses. They'll build up a new building because they want to quickly get the money from it, but they do such a shitty job that within a month it falls apart. Like the guy made a whole video of why I regret buying a house in China, because he got it and he's like, oh, I'll get a new property and it'll be good because it'll be new, it won't be old. And he was young and naive and didn't realize.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he deals with the VPN thing because he still uploads to YouTube, which you can't get to. He's like, yeah, YouTube and Facebook, you're not gonna be able to get to that in China.
So it's kind of like that one YouTuber that's based in Africa or whatever that was talking about all that shit going on there.
Yeah, UDF Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I never really shopped with like Alibaba, but I guess they're kind of like shady shit's going on with them and Tencent or whatever. Because I think they were one of the companies that was, or some of the companies that the problems were going on there with that,
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Microsoft, since Microsoft has ties in China, I can't talk. Ties in China,
No, Chai's in
they're
China.
yeah, they're feeling the burn, like the pressure to take that shit down. It's
Mhm.
like, well, what do I do?
Yeah. Let's see. I can either throw humanity into the wind and make money, or I can throw money into the wind and support humanity. Give me the money.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
I want money. I want your money. In a Chinese accent. Sorry, I'm getting a beverage here. Okay. Your next article. I
Yep.
can get to that screen.
Yeah, it looks creepy, that bald guy.
Right.
It's like, ugh.
Cox Internet now charges $15 extra for faster access to online game servers. A paid fast lane.
Yeah, that's the first one with the subtitle says.
This is what they warned us about.
It's exactly what they warned us about, yes.
We said this was going to happen, and they said, no, it wasn't.
That's
And they thought, like, the people were bitching about, the microtransactions, 99 cents here, 99 cents there. No, they just straight up charge you for, using your service like you're intended. Oh, you want to actually, fucking use it? No, that costs more.
well,
I mean, how is that legal? Like, if you go to McDonald's, okay, do they say, oh, you can get in the line and order food, or you can get this fast line where you get, food within 10 minutes. Oh, and it'll be hot too. You want the hot food? That's in the other line. No, you just fucking go to the guy, you buy your shit, and you go home.
yeah. Well, at least they
Sad.
can't slow down the rate at which I drink, Frank. Right?
Sure.
They can't tell me how drunk I can get.
Take me drunk, come home. You ever see that video of Will Ferrell acting with his daughter?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. You gotta see that. It's on like Funny or Die. His daughter plays as landlord. She's like, I'll put you on the street. He's like, look, I'm working 2 jobs. I'm driving a cab. What do you need the rent for so fast in such a hurry? She's like, I need to get my drink on. And she falls over. He's like, oh, see, I see you're drunk already. I'm just buzzed. Oh, that shit's hilarious.
Put a bit much vodka in that.
Well,
well.
at least you blend your drinks.
Yeah.
I used to, when I would drink vodka, I'd put, cranberry or something in it because it's just so nothing.
Right. No, I'm not. I'm trying to enjoy it a little bit. I'm not trying to get like straight fucked up.
Nah, what's the point? I used to drink scotch.
I got a show to do, man.
When I was a kid, I thought it was romantic to hear scotch on the rocks, and then I found out it was just ice, and then I found out that was diluting your drink. So I'm like, well, why would I want that?
Woo, that's strong. Okay. But yeah, I don't want to get too fucked up on the show.
Start whipping your dick out on live stream.
Man, that would be terrible.
Get booked up. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
No, it'd be terrible if you whipped out your dick in response. Like, okay, we're done. We're both whipping out our dicks. We should just quit while we're ahead, right?
Right. He wasn't even drunk. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
forgot to put vodka in it.
right. So basically they're saying how bad it is that they're going to start charging money, right?
I guess so. I kind of assumed that you probably had the same article or had
Nah.
heard about it.
Nah. Nah, dog. Nah.
Yeah, so we'll go with that though.
Yeah. Go ahead and read it because reading is good. This is a discussion show. Otherwise, it would be an 8-hour show.
Yeah.
Wireless carriers fight ban on throttling firefighters during. Oh boy, I remember we talked about this over and over. Is it still going a thing?
Well, it says 425 2019. So yeah, committee pauses California bill spurred by Verizon throttling despite CTIA objection. So they're fighting the ban, I guess, now or something. I guess that's the new thing.
Well,
Or
then
they're fighting it again or ongoing fighting.
they're gonna. Well, yeah, because they're gonna keep going until the next disaster that fucking Verizon throttles, and then people will forget about this one. That's sad. Next.
That's
Wait.
what. How does? Do we have any hope, Frank?
No.
None of this matters.
Yeah. Hold on. I clicked the thing and made a pop up on my other screen here. Okay.
Yeah, let's get fuck this shit. Let's get into like a video game shit.
Right.
That's why you're really here, Frank.
Oh boy, here's your Doug story. Sony PlayStation 5 ray tracing SSD 8-core AMD Ryzen 3.
Fuck yeah,
America.
America.
Even
Yeah, I
though
basically just did this for the ray tracing. But what?
America, even though it's Japan.
Yeah. Fuck no.
It's literally Japan. It's like literally Japan versus America. Right? In Microsoft American based?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought so.
I don't think the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is though. I think they're all C's, so they don't get taxed.
Because they're not dumb.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. Stupid Floyd still thinks that his next Xbox is going to be more powerful than my computer, which is adorable.
Well, I mean, they're starting to get decent because of the Ryzen thing, and like we said before, it's good to see Ryzen on more platforms, so they can optimize that shit better, and just it'll be better for everything. I guess.
Well, I mean, we proved that they put them in, in Macs and in laptops and stuff. I recently watched a video that Linus did where he was at I'm not sure if it was Computex or some show where he was at an LG booth and they had a monitor that had a computer built into it it was a Ryzen system, but it didn't have an OS. And I'm like, well, there you go. He's like, who the hell is this for? And I'm like, just get a bunch of companies, a shit ton of them. That way they don't have to have a tower. They can just put a monitor on the desk and plug a keyboard and mouse into it, and there you go. Because people already, if you think about it, they get laptops with the docking stations. Because then they take their laptops around, and then they got the 34-inch monitor on their desk when they get there. Well, if your monitor already is the guts, just turn it on and off.
Yeah.
And it's a Ryzen system. Ryzen is like the go-to now for cheap stuff that's actually good.
Well, especially the Ryzen 3 or whatever.
I don't know the numbers.
Well, it says the GPU, which is based on a custom variant of the Navi family, will support ray tracing.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not going to be called ray tracing. It's whatever the hell. What do they call theirs? They had a version before that was kind of ray tracing. Remember?
Yeah, I guess.
Certainly notes that ray tracing can also be checked to see if the player can hear audio in a specialized variant of the technology. Like the PS4, the PS5 will contain an audio chip intended to improve spatial audio and immersiveness. These sorts of technologies tend to be underused due to the lack of immersive audio options in 5.1 and 7.1 speakers in actual user homes.
Yeah, that's what I always thought would be cool is if like in like like 3D programs where you do like 3D rendering and video games, if they kind of did like the ray tracing where they had like like sound waves and stuff reflecting off of walls and shit and like echoing and everything. I think it would be pretty cool.
It's just it's going to be interesting. I mean, just like with the old Jaguar processors, once again, AMD's making the CPU that's going to be both main consoles for the next couple of years.
Yeah, it's nice because they got control of that industry. Then
Right? I mean, you don't want anyone to really have control. You want it to be a nice competitive market.
Yeah.
But oh boy, how Assassin's Creed Unity could help with the Notre Dame restoration. Please.
Yeah, so I don't know if you did you hear about the Notre Dame? I guess it burned down or whatever.
I mean, I haven't been living under a rock.
Right. My parents heard about it, so yeah.
I saw memes about it, which is sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
To tsunami.
God damn it. Okay. So basically
I need to make that a drop.
yeah. Basically.
I don't know if you ever played the Assassin's Creed games or whatever. I think didn't you try one of the earlier ones?
I can't remember. I don't think I have. I got the Ubisoft player, but let me pull it up and see what I got in my thing while you're talking here.
Okay, but basically they have a lot of like fantastical architecture that you can like climb and do whatever in the video game, and like a lot of cathedrals and crazy churches and castles and shit. And one of them, I guess, is they had in the video game, they had designed very, very detailed. One of the designers in the game was, I guess, obsessed with making the Notre Dame as realistic as possible and as detailed and true to the real world as they could. And supposedly they're gonna use that as reference for restoring the Notre Dame, because I guess they didn't have any like real detailed like plans or blueprints or anything like that, I guess.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah. So I mean, it's pretty cool. It's cool to see the like the opposite of like the virtual imitating reality or whatever.
Yeah, art imitating life.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently
life is imitating art, I guess.
Apparently, I have Assassin's Creed 3 and 4. I think it's because I got a free deal.
Yeah. I just love those cathedrals. I want to start taking some pictures. I got a couple pictures of like a couple churches, but I like to take some more. I always like the stained glasses and like like really tall architecture and stuff. I always thought it was pretty cool.
We got a piece of glass in one of our windows here at the house. It's like kind of like stained glass.
It's definitely an art form and like a true skill, doing
well,
stained glass.
I asked my wife if it was real, and she's like, I don't know. Might be because our
Yeah.
house is from like the 1890s.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
right. It probably is then. I mean, shit.
It looks cool.
So,
Right.
what do you think about that? This is kind of a more upbeat article, I guess. It's not Debbie
Yeah.
Downer, you know?
Yeah, video games actually helping out, something cool.
And then the next article is for
Oh,
you,
down
Frank.
it. Oh, well, hold on now. Hold on. Let me
Hold on there, cowboy.
hold on there, Scout. Before you blow your wad there, let me see if I've got it, because I have several.
Hurry. I'm coming.
No, he's just breathing hard.
I'm almost there. Oh, come on, guys. I was almost there.
All right. Which one did you have?
Stifler, get off. I am getting off.
Yeah, I have your story. You got your story.
Frank's he's gotta valve it up. He's gotta warm up the oven, don't you, Frank?
What? I don't even. Fallout 76 is getting backpacks and a new faction soon. Did you read any of this, Ian? Or
No.
are you expecting
Fuck
me to?
no, that was like I expect you to be like
And then
every little detail, like every word in this article, man.
yeah, so basically with the DLC of Fallout, they're gonna have these backpacks that you can get and customize and skin, and I don't know if they're gonna be different types in general because they're still kind of not clear on the details, but basically everyone who's played Fallout has already said you get over encumbered very easy. So to add to your carry weight is awesome.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I actually have an article that's just titled Fallout 76 update to let you carry more. Join the Pioneer Scouts. Now, when they say a new faction, you remember there are no NPC characters in the game. So they're all, dead. So you stumble upon some robots that were in the Pioneer Scouts. And since there's not so many young boys wanting to join the Scouts, basically they'll take anybody to be a scout. So you join the Scouts and you get a backpack. And you can even use the backpack while you're wearing power armor. And if you're wearing an outfit that has a backpack, you can use that and your backpack that you get later. So it's apparently a stackable feature. Now, these are teased concept art of some of the backpacks that Bethesda said they might use. Not all are going to be in the game, but it's kind of cool that they give you different options. And I'm sure the possibility of merch was not wasted on them. So I've got like 4 or 5 different articles on that same story. Also,
Of course you did.
well, different flavors, different news and stuff. Also,
Different nudes. What?
yeah, that's what I said.
That's
Also,
what you said.
there's an update where you get a camera, which is kind of funny because there's a camera mode in the game already. But this camera can also be used as a weapon. And you can get different lenses and stuff for it. And,
What?
yeah. And there's, they're proposing like future DLC that they're going to have. Because basically, there's a quest in the game where you get the camera. You stumble upon a corpse, and then you go around taking other pictures with the camera to complete the mission for you find the note from the person. Basically, I think they had a bucket list of places they want to take pictures of. So, of course, you take them. And
Sweet.
like I said, it can become a weapon. There's entire videos about it. But also, this is going to be the update with the it is the update with the repair kits, which are now live in the store. A lot of people are shitting their britches because
Shit brick?
Bethesda initially they had said it's cosmetics only, not actual play to win. Which, by definition, this is play to win because you get it.
Yeah, play
you
to
pay,
win, baby.
you pay,
Yes.
yeah, you pay, you get an advantage, and it's not like you pay though and you just totally win the game though.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I can understand people are saying, if you're looking for something to be upset about, yeah, or if you can just, play the fucking game and not worry about it, because certain ones you can only get in the Atomic Shop with atoms. Like, you can't buy them physically. You can't spend human money. You have to play the game. Or if you can play the game and get them, then what's the harm?
Yeah.
Also, by the way, there's Fallout 76 still has a fan base that's committed to the core. Because basically, this guy wrote the article. He's like, I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, it's a dead game." Who does that sound like? Doug. And other people, they just say,
shit.
they just, "Oh, it's a dead game, but who fucking cares?" First comment that was here the day I read this declared it perfectly for me. He's like, until the servers are turned off, it's not a dead game. And I'm like, God damn right. But yeah, they have a whole thing about like people are playing it. The DLC is active. I mean, people hop on and are just getting into it because I mean it's just updating and updating. They actually had to kind of leave.
The updates are updating.
They actually had to kind of sneak into the notes. They're like, really good for new players because they don't want people that are high level to think that they're going to get some kind of payout, because actually no, it's more like the new people can play it. It's not going to be a challenge for high level people, because people the last one there was a dungeon that was included, and there was a hype train that was in full force going, yeah, there's a new dungeon, and then the high level players are like, oh, and it sucks. And they're like, no, dude, we're trying to get new people to play. We don't care about the people who are already level 100. That's what survival mode is for.
Gives a shit.
But yeah. So that's what's going on with that. Like I said, I have 3 or 4 stories that are the same thing, but they have a little bit more detail, different flavors, different strokes for different folks. And then you got one more story, it looks like, huh?
Yeah, one more. Not too much today.
Too much. Former devs speak out about severe crunch at Mortal Kombat Studio.
Yeah, 80 to 100 hour work weeks were common at NetherRealm for weeks or months at a time, while contractors struggle with low pay. So this is another sunshiny episode.
Hold on,
or a news article.
Hold on, let me open in another tab. I have a story about Mortal Kombat 2, but go ahead and summarize here for us, sir. Read some little bits.
Tuesday's report about brutal crunch at Fortnite's development at Epic Games has spurred former NetherRealm developers to speak out about the working conditions at Mortal Kombat Studio. Yet allegations on Twitter from a former full-time employee and multiple former contractors paint an unpleasant picture of long periods of crunch throughout the development of Mortal Kombat 9, X, and the Injustice fighting games. PC Gamer also spoke with 4 former members of NetherRealm's contractor QA team who corroborated the reports of months-long crunch and poor pay for contract workers during this time at the company, or their time at the company. On Mortal Kombat 9, crunch officially began after New Year's Day 2011, Of course, we did a bit of pre-crunch before that just to make sure we were in a good spot for crunch. This wasn't unscheduled documents. This was not a wink and nudge, passionate, hardworking thing. This was a mandate. James Longstreet, a software engineer at NetherRealm for 2 years, wrote in a Twitter thread. I took 1 day off between January 1st of 2011 and the day one patch was approved. It was my birthday and it was on a Sunday, so it was okay if I was just on call. I was allowed to go to a friend's wedding on call, of course, on a Saturday night after working an 8-hour shift first. Those were the only 2 days I didn't work from at least 10 a.m. to at least midnight. We were all doing this.
These overwork stories are a bit of a bummer.
Yeah. Like I said, if you want sunshine and rainbows, besides the RGB rainbows, you're not gonna get much.
Well, so they're overworking you. That sucks.
Cracking the whip.
My story needs to be zoomed in.
Need some of that good old slave labor, man.
Mortal Kombat 11 price drops by. This is an old article, by the way, from the 26th. Drops by $10 on multiple retailers: PS4, Switch, Xbox One. And originally it said, and it just launched yesterday.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, plus you can get a $10 gift card if you buy from Target.
What?
Here we go. Mortal Kombat released yesterday for PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, and while standard editions for a big title like this usually sit at $60 for weeks before dropping, NetherRealm's new fighting game is already discounted at Amazon. Even Anthem lasted 5 days before dropping a price. We initially reported the PS4 price dropped to $5, but Amazon has since increased the amount to $10 off, and that now applies to all 3 console versions. And Amazon's algorithm works in mysterious ways, and it's possible the site is price matching a random deal somewhere else on the internet. But regardless of the reason, you might as well save yourself $10 if you were planning to pick up Mortal Kombat 11 this week. If you're Prime member, you'll get a free 2-day shipping on this title. It's usual. Updated on the 25th. Amazon tweaked this offer so that you must first add the product to your cart, and the lower price will be shown. So, how would you be if, like, you were crunching and didn't get a day off for, haven't had a day off now in over a year, and the first day the shit goes down by $10?
I'd be
How
like,
mad would you be?
I'd be like, well, I'm out of life.
Well, fuck me then.
I'm checking out of life. That would suck, man.
Right. Now, you said this was Epic.
Yeah.
I did have an Epic story.
Well, I was gonna ask, like, what made you decide to do this article? I mean, I thought the Mortal Kombat games were okay, I guess, but, like, I wasn't sure if you had that, like, in a wish list or on your Steam thing or whatever.
Oh, see, they didn't say PC on that list there, so I don't know. I don't know if it's available for PC. I mean, the old Mortal Kombats were classic, and anything that's a decent throwback would be worth having just for that. But I mean, I like they said, it's a AAA title game, or not really. I guess it's a major release, and it's already that much cheaper. It's kind of made me go, wow.
Direct to DVD.
Yeah.
Sale.
But by the way, since you're talking about Epic Games boss says they'll stop doing exclusives if Steam gives developers more money.
I want your money.
Now, see, they say that, but I actually saw a little Reddit post that was a joke initially, but the comments were gold.
I love gold.
Epic would stop exclusivity deals if Steam committed to a permanent 8% revenue share for all developers and publishers. And then the top comment, more likely, quote, Epic can't keep paying for exclusives forever, so can we get some good press, guys?
No.
I mean, that's exactly it, though.
Yeah.
They want to save face. Oh, well, we're doing it because the developers need more money.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about the developers. That's just their little hook. Who gives a shit? Yeah.
I miss Doug though, for real.
Nah.
We need some new material from him.
By the way, I know you had an internet story, and I kind of missed it.
Yeah, didn't you have any internet stories? You didn't throw anything in there.
I got this.
And it's a surprise, you know.
DNS over HTTPS is coming whether ISPs and governments like it or not. Ooh.
So now, what is DNS again?
I believe it's
for your memes that don't know.
I believe it's Dynamic Network System. I think that's what it stands for. I might be wrong though. Let me see.
Is that where, like you said, like a manual IP and stuff, or is that like that Google thing where you switch to Google DNS?
Oh, domain name system. That's right. Basically, it's okay. When you type up a website, you go to www.bigboobies.com, right?
Right.
You don't remember the IP site for that. You don't type 1.1.1.01.1. No, you just type bigboobies.com. The DNS server is behind the scenes plugging in. Okay, he typed this. He means this. I actually learned this when I was watching a video for the CompTIA certification. So I knew what it does. I just couldn't remember the definition.
Well,
yes?
Isn't that the thing? I never did that. I still didn't do that thing like a while ago where we did an article about how they're like, so everybody should switch their DNS to Google now or something.
Yes, Google's is faster.
Yeah.
Well, I did it on the router level because you can do
that's
it
what
on.
You're supposed to do.
Yeah, because it's easiest and less likely to booger stuff up. I did that because I think, well, Google was the one. Cloudflare is fast. I think it was Google or Cloudflare, right? Cloudflare was 111, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't know.
Oh. Google was the most popular because it's free, I think.
You gulping out my drink because this is an actual drink.
Right.
I'm drinking out of a straw like a pussy.
Yeah, it doesn't have an umbrella sticking out of it, so you're not that big of a pussy.
Right. True.
But anyway, the penny has finally dropped inside ISPs and governments that a privacy technology called DNS over HTTPS dope. See that DOH?
Yeah.
Backed by Google, Mozilla, and Cloudflare, is about to make web surveillance a lot more difficult. In the UK, this matters because under the 2016 Investigatory Powers Act, IPA, ISPs are required to store a record of which website citizens visit for the previous 12 months, which is done by noticing domain name system DNS request, example, to xyz.com. So they're monitoring every time you go to Pornhub, Ian. Don't know if you know that. DNS over HTTP. That's why it says when you pop up to a website and it goes, we changed and updated our cookies, because cookies is how they track you with that shit. And they have to say that they're using it, because if they don't, you can sue them. Yeah. That was on a Reddit Explain Like I'm 5, because people didn't know why it was popping up. DNS over HTTPS and its closely related DNS over TLS or DOT makes this impossible because it encrypts these requests, normally sent to in the clear, hence the panic reported in a recent Sunday Times article, Paywall. So, yeah, there's a little bit of, this is from Naked Security. I think it's because I do internet stories. It pops up and goes, hey, here's a networking or security story you might like. And I go, well, yeah, I like that, yeah.
Naked Security.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yo.
But that was my one internet story. Excuse me.
Interwebs.
with the
Yeah.
Z.
I also have some tech news.
Some tech dirt news?
No.
Oh. You want to read words, do you?
Nah. Asus wasn't the only
Words.
company hit by Shadow Hammer.
Oh, what's the Shadow Hammer now?
As it
Looks
turns out,
scary.
Asus was not the only company targeted by supply chain attacks during the Shadow Hammer hacking operation uncovered by Kaspersky Lab. We're now learning at least 6 other organizations have been infiltrated by hackers. The Taiwanese hardware maker's supply chain was compromised by trojanizing its Asus Live software. Remember that?
Yeah.
Which was eventually downloaded and installed on tens of thousands of customer computers, according to experts' estimations. However, Asus wasn't the only company that had its IT infrastructure infiltrated during Operation Shadow Hammer, since Kaspersky's researchers were able to find a number of other similar malware samples that were also signed with legitimate certificates. So
Should
there's
have gotten a Mac.
Hmm?
Should have gotten a Mac.
Yeah, that's it. So
That was
basically, shit's fucked up. Your shit's fucked up. You're retarded now.
Oh no! Oh no!
But they didn't name all the companies because they still want to. They're working with the companies to get them to fix it, and they don't want us to accidentally hinder their repair efforts because we're, doing all this. So
I fix it.
yeah, that's what I said. By the way,
You don't hear Linus talking about that anymore, do you? I fix it.
every once in a while he throws it out there because like he has to use screwdrivers somewhere.
Yeah.
Also, they said that iFixit had a teardown video of the Galaxy Fold, and Samsung said no.
No.
Check this out. Talk about stupid software. Windows 10 May 2019 update blocked for anyone using USB or SD storage.
Whoa, wait.
What?
What? How? How do you?
Hold on. While
How do you do?
While it's not officially out yet, the Windows 10 May 2019 update is available to Windows insiders on the release preview distribution channel and also to MSDN subscribers. So anyone who wants to get a head start on the next major iteration of Windows 10 can do so right now, unless they have USB storage connected to their PC. Because of an issue that's frankly remarkable, Microsoft is blocking the update for anyone using USB or SD storage. That is to say, if you have a USB hard disk or thumb drive or an SD card with an SD card reader, or SD card in an SD card reader, the update won't install. Perhaps more strangely, this is only the case if you're currently running version 1803 or 1809. Upgrading from 1709 or 1703, both of which are still supported, at least from enterprise and education users, means everything is apparently fine. The reason for locking the update is it appears to be prone to shuffling the drive letters assigned to USB and SD storage devices. In other words, while your USB drive might show up as D now, it could end up getting renamed to E after upgrading to 1903. Fortunately, there is a straightforward workaround. Unplug the drives, remove the memory card, and the installation will proceed normally. You can plug them back in after it's finished.
Huh. So they
Yes?
they blocked it because they're worried about the letters getting shuffled around. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? I don't care about that letter because like with at least with removable shit, because like you unplug and plug it back in, that shit changes all the time anyways.
I mean, maybe I don't know. Does it change if you're installing it onto something other than your C drive? I think you can only install it on your C drive, can't you? Or can you pick? Well, no. If you're using the Windows installer, you can select a different drive.
Well, wait a minute. Are they saying that they're blocking the install. Like if you're trying to install this on a thumb drive or whatever,
Mm.
or are they talking about if you have like a card reader plugged into your computer?
If you have either one, if you have a a USB drive or a card reader plugged into your computer, it'll go all fucky, and you better unplug it.
Well, I guess. Well, what if you have like this computer that my FX computer has a card reader plugged into the USB of the motherboard, so it's like that shit's
Oh.
built in. Then
Well, then
you're
all,
fucked, aren't you?
I think so.
Well, that'll be thanks for telling me about that because I'm planning on I still haven't upgraded this FX computer from Windows 7 yet, so it's like I have when I go to upgrade it, I might want to avoid that one because or like at least wait to upgrade it until because when I switch my case, I'm not going to be able to I won't have any extra drop like space for that in my case, so it's like my case has more SSD like slots than it does. It only has like two 3.5-inch slots, which kind of sucks. I might have to either make 3D print my own, or I might have to figure out some, like buy some or whatever. You can buy hard drive cages, can't you, for like specific cases?
Yeah. As long as it's in stock. That's the ones for my case. My case are so popular; they're always out of stock.
Right.
But yeah,
I don't use my card reader much, anyways. So who gives a shit?
Right. When you go on vacation and you happen to have 1,000 pictures, like if you're an actual like content provider, you use a SD card for your video, but
I do a lot of like photography shits too, but it's like I mean really I have card readers that plug into USB, so again, who gives a shit?
We'll see. And my last story for the night, Amazon's plan for one.
This is your last article?
Yes.
Yay, we can get the fuck out of here then.
Right, my butt's asleep. Amazon's plan for one-day Prime shipping is going to be hell for its workers.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking about doing a similar article where the title was Amazon Prime one day was going to be on by default or whatever. So what's all the hubbub about this, bub?
The 2-day delivery option available to Amazon Prime members for just about anything they could possibly need is one of the biggest reasons that the company has continued getting away with hiking its subscription fee, which currently runs members $119 annually. Now the company is working to implement one-day delivery, and that could spell bad news for its delivery workers.
Oh shit.
Okay, and I'm just gonna go.
Can't some of the products do same day even too? Well, see an option or whatever.
We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna have my opinions on this because
you know all about the delivery.
I'm shipping and
industry,
delivery,
yeah,
and shit. It's fucky. So basically, yeah, it's a pain in the ass to people that are doing it for a living. But they can't even get 2-day right. So fuck it, make them work harder.
Yeah, they had a South Park episode about the Amazon workers, like getting overworked and shit, and like Bezos was like an evil genius or whatever on there.
Well, like on what was I saying? On NPR, they had a story about Amazon workers, and they encourage them to not take breaks and like just piss in bottles while they're working.
Oh my god!
Yes, that's like encouraged. So,
and how many workers or delivery people does Amazon have? Did they have like a statistic or estimate or something?
I don't know, because see, they've got new metrics. Because for one thing, they even have a separate like. If you get hurt while you're in the warehouse for Amazon, they're like, oh, don't call the ambulance. We have our own people to come in and handle that. Of course they do. So they can sweep the shit under the rug. Now, yeah, I imagine the metrics for what actually like their figures and stuff is hard to measure for them because
Yeah.
you have to remember, like, they're trying to get into the game of shipping their own stuff. Like, if the city is big enough, everything will go from their vendor straight to the end user. Because where I work is a shipping and receiving dock, and we went from getting a majority of their stuff coming from UPS or FedEx to coming straight from an Amazon truck.
Hmm.
Now, also, mind you, it's a bigger city. So smaller cities either still go UPS FedEx route, or sometimes they do what they call shore post, which is where UPS and USPS work together, and either it starts off with UPS and they give it to your post office, or vice versa. I hate that option because you would think your post office could get it to you faster. Mine can't do it, and they're just around the fucking corner. My wife just bought some shoes, okay? Shoes that were in a shoebox. She ordered them. They were scheduled to come by 8 o'clock, and they never came. They were sitting there, and they kept telling her, "Oh, they're going to be on their way. They're going to be on the way." And we're like, "The post office had them at 5 in the morning yesterday. We should have them by now. They fucking either lost them or someone stole them." And we kept trying to cancel it, and they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. Finally, they gave us a refund because you can do
That's
chatting with
crazy, dude.
you can do chatting with the Prime people, and they're like, "Oh, what can we do to help?" And more, it's like, okay. Well, I was like, you can just explain to me why I should pay extra for Prime when I could cancel this order it from Zappos, and they will send it to me in 1 day because they have 1 day shipping. Whereas you want me to spend a week waiting for a pair of shoes?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I hear everyone say, "Oh, people gotta have a job," or "It's an institution. Let them, blah blah blah." No, fuck those
Yeah.
guys. If you can't do your job well, you don't need to just exist to just have a shitty job and be bad at it.
Yeah.
No, you should come in and you should try a little bit. My post office is horrible, and like I said, it's a block down the road from me. When I found that out, I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna get all kinds of crap. I'm gonna love it." No, it's been a bad experience.
That sucks, man.
Yep. If it comes through FedEx or UPS, I love it. It just shows up, at my door. So
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you've always been like,
fuck the post office.
fuck the post office or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
'cause, I mean, we've done articles about the post office. And
Well,
they're
like just from my own personal experience, they've left stuff on my porch with a note that said, "Is this you?" Because the last name was the same. That's all they had. I'm like, it's not my street. It's not my house number. First name is not the same. So you're just going by last name in hopes? I'm sorry. If I had lost a pair of shoes, we would have been buying another pair of shoes for the customer. And
yeah,
that's
what was
how,
that we were? Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying that's the standard I'm held up to, and I can't imagine other professionals don't see it that way. They just go, whatever.
Right. Yeah. But I forget what was that we were doing. I remember we did an article a long time ago about the post office was like, they're like, we're losing money. We need more money. We're gonna go. We might go away.
Yeah, and like Trump was saying that the fucking Amazon's screwing the post office.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then Bezos says, or we'll just stop using you altogether and I'll pay my own guys to do their own thing. This is what they should do. If you can do it better, do it fucking better. Oh, they can? Imagine that.
Bezos could do whatever the fuck he wants. He's like, he is the richest person in the world. He's just like the first person over 100 billion, I think, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Bezos is our god now, isn't he?
Where's your God now, Moses?
Yeah. Him and Gaben.
Lord Gaben?
Yeah, Lord Gaben.
Oh, you like RTX Steve?
Yeah.
Jesus?
Jesus. RTX Steven. Could you imagine what RTX Bezos would be? Or RTX Gaben?
Nah. I'm gonna put on a
That's
dark theme.
that's too much.
Too
That's
much.
we couldn't even comprehend that, could we?
Man, look how much
Our
lighter.
small
like
minds.
here I am looking at shit with the dark theme. I turn it off.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's my last
Are you
story for the night.
are you still turning on like your shit on and off with that global dark theme or whatever, just because you can't it fucks up websites that you actually like their dark theme on, that you have specific ones for?
I mean, I try to have a theme for the sites that I have bookmarked that I go to. But if they don't have one, then global it is.
Yeah. Well, one of these days I'm gonna walk you through, because all you have to literally do is copy and paste some text.
Nah.
And I could do it for you.
Nah.
Frank's like, I want to make it harder for myself.
Nah, I just want to not. Don't really care. Don't even care.
It's kind of like that. It's barely just enough. It's kind of a nuisance sometimes, but it's still not enough to really care, right?
That's too much like work, dog. I'm like that Patton Oswalt joke where he was saying he's looking at how to microwave something, and it says, put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, open it up, stir it, put it back in the microwave. He says, "What the fuck am I, Emerald?" Just me. I'm the same exact fucking way.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any work.
Well, I like doing that because, like, if you can back it up into like a text file or whatever. So, like, if you ever have to redo your computer, you have all the settings for that stylus in there.
Nah.
You want to have to redo all that shit over again, right?
Nah. I just do the search and then go, yeah, download that. Okay. I don't go to that many websites.
You don't.
Facebook, YouTube, Amazon, and Newegg.
Do you have that shit on your Chrome on your phone?
What do you mean?
The stylus or whatever? Did you ever try that? Because you could put extensions on your Chrome on Android. I'm pretty sure.
Nah.
Well, what do you do for really bright pages, or does it not bug you as much on your phone?
Nah. It's a little 6-inch square screen. It's not that bad.
Well, you like to dark mode everything else on your Android. So.
Well, like, I have dark mode YouTube, dark mode, whatever has it.
Yeah.
If it has it, I flip the toggle. If not, I'm not going to dick with it.
Yeah.
I can do it on a computer because I have a full keyboard. On a phone, I'm not going to go 1100#. No. But anyway, okay, I think it's time we boogie in. My butt be hurting.
Yeah. Does Vivaldi have are they on mobile yet?
I don't know. The last time I updated, they weren't, but everyone keeps saying they should. Let me Google it while we're on here.
Because I'm sure you would definitely get that if they did, wouldn't you?
I mean, why not? I have I use Chrome beta for my browser on my phone because why the hell not? Browser due in 2019. Mobile browser version. It's in the forums, but
who gives a shit?
Right. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. If you're here, sorry. I gotta go and make sure my dogs pee and poop.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Well, I don't want to do it in the house.
I'm sure they did.
Don't say that. I don't think my camera's
Pooping.
flickered any this week, though.
No, that's actually it hasn't. What did you do, Frank?
Well, I told you everything's plugged into those hubs with those buttons to turn them on and off, and I turned the one that has the camera hooked up to it off, but I never heard the do 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 do. I didn't hear any of that. It just acted like it wasn't plugged in, so I pressed it again and it came on fine. I need to get one that's powered that doesn't have a button, so I don't got to worry about shit being turned off.
Yeah.
But I got so many things I got to get. I got to get longer cables. I got to get this thing fixed. I got to jack off.
Got to get rid of that bed in there.
It's guest room, man. What am I going to do if I got guests? If you come, where do you think you're going to sleep? You're not sleeping on my couch.
Oh, why can't I sleep on your couch, man?
That's for couching.
You don't want me to be like a couch searching bum?
Nah, man.
I gotta have the Ritz-Carlton bed.
You can have the
Gotta be
Motel,
fancy.
You can have the Motel 6 bed.
Make him sleep on the floor. Who gives a shit?
That's right. Just fucking Ian. Who cares?
Yeah, I'll sleep on the floor. Fuck it. Have an actual office, Frank. Actual man cave.
Oh, you mean I gotta do like Ben and rent a space?
No. You own your place that you live at.
Well, then I can have whatever I want.
Yeah. If that's what you want, then that's what you want, I guess.
Hey, plus I gotta have, somewhere to sleep when my wife's mad at me. Now this go ahead.
I didn't know that I didn't know you needed a backup plan.
It's always
never
good to
thought
have
about
one.
that.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
That's true. At least you get that. Yeah, you'll have Pikachu to keep you company then. Right?
Pikachu. Pika. Nah, this is actually my bed from my old apartment.
So don't turn a black light on in there.
There he goes again. Anyway, thanks for joining us, folks. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yep. Let's get the fuck out of here. Who gives a shit?
Next.
Actually, they give a shit because we're going, right?
They're not listening to this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God damn it. We're going to have to redo that over, Frank.
Oops.
Boner.